Bam, going live, and then don't know what time it is. We got tied up on the phone talking to some people about some important stuff. So anyway, we here ready to roll. We ain't gonna roll too long tonight, but we come in tonight to give you guys a little bit of a update what's going on. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to show you guys is the 5-day notice to vacate that they sent to my friend Julie. Okay, and I was checking it out. I got the name of the people, whatever. I'm looking it up, and she came in later and she looked at me and said, "Did you notice? Did you know? Oh, did I? Down there at the bottom, at the very bottom, right over here, that's the eviction attorneys. Evans, Drove, and Nelson, PLC. Oh, that didn't come from the court. This came from Evan Nelson. It came from Evans, Dove, DOVE, and Nelson, PLC. And it was revised 08 of 07. Oh, so it was revised a while back. And this is the second or third one they sent her. The 5-day notice to vacate that was sent by their attorney, by their attorneys, by the players, and it's not signed by the judge anywhere or anything. It's, in any kind of foreclosure before, well, most of the ones I know about, they're supposed to have, they call it unlawful detainer hearing and ruling before they throw you out and kick your stuff out in the yard. Okay, but even with that, okay, that's a problem because they have that in the justice court, the municipal court, the check down court, and the court don't have jurisdiction to hear anything that has to do with property. But they fake on the check down to make it look like in the system that you're a renter now and this dude is a landlord that's trying to take your property. And in some places, if you lose in the foreclosure situation, so to speak, I mean, when I say that, I'm figuratively speaking because it's not over until it's over. It's not over until you go sit the hell down and stop fighting. Okay. But in some cases, if you lose, then they make you pay a bond to be able to appeal the loss. That's what they tell you it is. And the actuality is to make your ass pay rent for the same time you're still there on the property, taking up this other dude's space on this other people's. That's what it is. Okay, because see, here's the thing. If the judge doesn't provide a finding of facts and the conclusions of law, then you have no chance at no kind of appeal. Your appeal chance is shit. Somebody can come on here and tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, in an administrative situation, the judge don't have to do shit, and neither does anybody else, and they don't. But they expect your ass to follow the statutes and all of the shit that they're supposed to be following. But no, you're not a U.S. citizen. We talked about that. Okay. we're not going to get too rolling on that. Okay. So the problem that we came here that we're talking about right now is kind of update on Julie's case, and you guys remember, you know, I went over there and I filed the lawsuit. Now I don't usually do this for people, but she's a little higher than people, and I get to give my own self a review here, and I seen on the door to a little shed out back, whatever it takes. They had it written in, yeah. Okay, anyway, so we went down to the big court and we filed the RICO shit, and I have the RICO lawsuit that I'm going to get on the website at some point in time. And it's funny how it rolls because I got without a bunch of drama during the day all the time. We got some stuff. We got posted yet. Okay, and so we filed it in the court over there, and then they sent it back over there where they already been like punching my friend in the face. And so we went over there to file some stuff. That's over there is Yavapai County in Camp Verde, Arizona. Okay, so we went over there, and now they said we can't file, this unless we do this. They said I can't file. My friend Julie was trying to file a supplemental pleading, and you can go through the Federal Rules Civil Procedure and look up filing an amendment. That's what they like to use, okay, because their rules for that, they added to that shit, and the judge has to agree to that. But if you scroll down to the bottom, above that little tiny number where Julie looks all the time, because that's you'll see it says supplemental pleading. And to file a supplemental pleading, you have to add a party, add a count, or both, and they have to be connected to the original reason why you were there. Oh, that's simple. So you could change that shit. Okay, but no, she didn't want to let me do it. She didn't want to let my friend, she didn't want to let Julie do it, and she didn't want to let me do it either. And she started telling me, oh, well, no. First off, I couldn't do it. Linda Wallace is the judge that we're adding to the supplemental pleading. We wasn't in Christine Harbor. But he wasn't going to add the clerk supervisor. And we didn't until the next day. Okay, so she made me change this shit. She made me change the heading up here, I had to take the judge's name off. But the stupid thing is, the judge's name is listed throughout the damn document. Are you kidding me right now? Okay, so, I was like, okay. I did that. I changed it to the amended complaint. And then over here, I signed and dated it. And so, yeah. And then that got their attention. And then my friend Julie was, standing there. When the lady walked off, she said, oh, you did a check down. Uh-huh. We did a check down. You always have to do the check down if you have to. If you want to. Now, you don't always have to do the check down. Because when we originally went to file that shit, she had the keys to the vehicle. There's no check down. There's no check. Okay, but on this, there was a check down. The check down is, I'm not leaving without getting some shit filed. If they don't do the right thing, then I'll address it at another time. We'll figure out another plan as long as I got a file stamp copy right here showing they made me did all this shit, signed right here. And now I got a new lawsuit that we filed the next day against the clerk supervisor and Judge Wallace, Linda Wallace, because, they was back there for about 8 or 9 minutes figuring out how they was going to do this. Okay. So when we did all this, I told them we need a copy of it, and they gave me. They actually gave me a copy of the front page, and I didn't know that. I didn't realize this until tonight when I was organizing all the paperwork, and all the paperwork from the cases, and I'll show you how a video how I do that. And what I noticed was this is what they gave Julie. This, in my opinion, and I haven't taken the time to log on to their shit and look at it. But this is what they gave Julie, and a couple of other things. Okay. And okay, wait a minute. The supplemental allegations against defendant Linda Wallace. That's just part of the title. Expanded allegations is what it says. Supplemental pleading, expanding allegations against. Oh, wait. Oh, there's a whole lot of shit missing off the top of there. Apparently, they didn't like the way I hand wrote that shit right in there and stuck it back in their face and signed it. And they didn't want to put that on the record. This is what I don't, I mean, I haven't checked the record, but I can guarantee you they're not going to accept a damn stinking thing from me looking like that. Oh, wait. Oh, where's the court heading? They told me the heading had to be on I had to take, they're not going to accept it looking like that. They're not going to accept it from me looking like that. They're giving me shit and I had it looking good. And then they made me write all over it. Oh, I don't know. I'm not that smart, okay? But I can guarantee you that they're not going to accept a damn thing from me looking like that without a court heading, without the judge, without the shit. And this is what they filed in the case. They whacked off a lot of stuff right here. But I got a file stamp copy right there. These people on some real bullshit. I don't, And then they got the nerve to do the 5-day notice from Coconut Properties LLC. 5-day notice from Coconut Properties LLC. I thought the notice had to come from, that's Alicia Caldwell and her Spencer. Spencer Caldwell was the company that sent their LLC is called Best. I gotta think of the name of it right now. Okay, so Spencer's LLC was the original one that was allegedly bought her property, and then I emailed them over a copy of the RICO document that we put together, and we're going to get that on the website as soon as I get caught up. I emailed them over a copy of the RICO document. A day and a half later, they showed up with this, with a new LLC owner up here that bought the property. I was like, damn, a day and a half later, a new LLC bought the property and they didn't even sell it again? I was like, damn, that's some slick ass shit. It ain't slick enough. Because addressing this is going to be a situation, and now I'm showing their ass, and we made something new. We made something new. We made something new for the people that want to reclaim their state citizen. This is new for the people that realize they're not U.S. citizens. Nobody is a U.S. citizen. Nobody can be a U.S. citizen because nobody can be born in a fake corporation. There, I said it. Oh, they don't like it when you bring that to the table. Okay, but the problem is, at birth, they do some funky stuff with your birth certificate, all this stuff, and they make you a U.S. citizen, which is a corporation. And then they hold you accountable for statutes and codes, all this stuff, criminal statutes and codes, traffic tickets, property taxes, the foreclosure, all done by statutes and codes that don't have valid laws. Statutes and codes are not valid laws. They have action clause, titles, or bodies. But since they're holding your straw man and surety or whatever and all of that, that's what most people refer to, the fake corporation. That's your all capital names on your driver's license, and they're holding that person. Okay, so what if there was a lawsuit that you could file to remove yourself and to force them, all of them? We got it right there. The constitutional identity fraud, and I went with defamation because when they got in my face, my customer's standing right there, okay? And I'm telling them this is what you can do. They're telling me, but you can do the defamation too, okay? Because if they're jamming you up and they're about to throw your shit out in the yard or whatever, most everybody's a professional at something, whatever your job is, being an asshole, I don't know. Going to interfere with that. Okay, and this is structure of people that have been arrested and imprisoned. I kind of wrapped it all up right in there, but I didn't want to come out the table with the false arrest and the prison stuff at the top of the gate, because then people won't understand. People miss the point. The point is your family need to be removed from their system, and or whoever that you want to add to the lawsuit here. And people can go in. This is one of my premium packages now. People can go in and get together and do whatever. Yeah. Okay, so y'all see we're going after the head agency for the passport. And the idea is to force the passport people to give all of the people that's on your lawsuit, that's on your shit, to give them their passport, verifying that they have diplomatic immunity. And then IRS, and then whatever other, because you shouldn't have to be paying taxes and shit, and income taxes, property taxes, all of when you have that, you get that card. Looks like a driver's license is what I use because I don't go fly anywhere. Okay, then you can verify that you changed your status, and then if they want to screw with you, you can get the lawsuit off the website. So I haven't figured out what we're going to do yet about this situation. About a situation right here where they totally altered the document that's filed in the case, chopped off all of my beautiful writing and stuff right there. chop that shit clean off. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do about that yet because I don't like to make decisions when I'm damn grumpy. Okay? I don't like to make decisions when I'm angry. And so maybe that's why I stayed married so long and no one was happy. But I'm not angry anymore and I'm not married. So, funny how that goes. I'm also going to have some chicken videos, some videos of chickens on the website. My neighbor kids have chickens that they get in fair every year, and they win a bunch of shit. And I feed them I give them my scraps. They feed to the chickens, and I get eggs from the scraps, so it works out. Okay, so they asked me to feed the chickens and take care of the chickens, and these kids are. Well, Paisley and her little friend Tucker made a couple of videos in my YouTube studio here, and they mow my yard. Their family does, and I cook pies and stuff for them all the time. I call them my white grandkids. I call them my white grandkids. And so I haven't had an opportunity to visit with them much. I left for 7 months because my oldest kid was in the military and got deployed, so I had to go help him out. And then when I came back, the whole living situation changed. And well, it actually had changed before I left because my ex didn't want to go to counseling, and then I found out she was doing a bunch of things that really, and then to cover up for her decisions, she told all the neighbors a bunch of lies, and so yeah, that was pretty sad. But the lies come out in the wash all the time. You can lie all you want to, and that shit's going to float to the surface at some point in time. And so, and then, the people who lied, I don't know how that goes because I don't lie because I don't have to worry, you got to be kidding me. Okay, but it's kind of cool. I'm getting back to where I've earned the kids' respect again that got taken away from me by somebody being stupid. So I'm very happy about that. So I'm going to be making videos of the chickens. The chickens are really freaking cool too. You guys will all get to see. Oh yeah, I know I'm a freak, but I'm freaking happy. All right, you guys, thank you for the value of sharing your time, and I gotta go do something. It's late. I need to go to bed.